welcome back to or welcome to my channel where we talk about mangas and sometimes books. As for today's video, as you guys saw in the previous clip, I went to Barnes and Nobles and I have a haul to talk about. So this is a bit much. I know I went a bit crazy and my wallet is not happy, but I am, because I bought a couple of anticipated releases and I also got some manga and manhwa and just other good stuff that we like here in this channel. So without any more further ado, let's get started with this part of the video, which is the haul. Okay, so starting off with this bag, I'm going to start with everything that's up at the top. So I have here, this is a sports romance. I think it might be more than that. The author came out on my For You page on Instagram and he was talking about his book and it sounded quite interesting, so I decided to get it, and this is it. I cannot wait to read it. And the next one is a fantasy. This is Nemesis of Mine, and this is a villain whose power is no longer working to his favor, so he can no longer be a villain. And then in comes a hero who he's not really good at being heroic. He's not really good at saving people. So what happens is both of them decide to come up with a plan where they set up fights between one another in front of people so that he can get a reputation of being a good hero, and the other one is going to get back his reputation of being a villain, even though his power now involves him creating flowers. So it sounds super interesting. It definitely piqued my interest, and I cannot wait to see where this story takes. And yeah, it just sounds super interesting. And look at the cover. It's so pretty. And those were the two books I think that come in this bag. And next I have a manga. This is Manho. This is by Tetsuya Tsutsui. This is the first volume, and from what I gathered from the back, this is basically a race against time with a disease that starts to spread around in Tokyo but after a woman is found walking around naked and talking nonsense, and there's like an investigation happening and they're trying to stop this disease from spreading around, is what I got. So I cannot wait to get into it and to actually read it. Yeah, hopefully it's as good as it sounds. And that's the first manga. Next up I have Shoot Juliet Down. This is the second volume, and I have to say I'm coming out of my reading rut where I have not been reading manga, but I'm coming out, and I recently read the first volume, and as soon as I was done with the first volume I had to go and get the second one. So basically, you know what, no, I'm going to talk about Shoot Juliet Down when I do my review, which is coming out soon. But yeah, I got the second volume and I cannot wait to read it because the first one ended in such a cliffhanger. I need to know what happens. Next up I have the second volume of Monster and Ghost, and I have yet to read the first one, but since it was already available I decided to get it, and would you look at that. Wow is all I have to say. That's crazy. And yeah, this is the second volume, and this is a manga I went into the store to buy. It's the whole reason I went to Barnes and Nobles. Well, one of the reasons, and that is the third volume of The Guy She Was Interested In Wasn't a Guy at All. And again, I recently read the second volume and I had to get the third one, and I'm just glad they had it in stock at the store because they sometimes don't carry the volumes. So this is the third volume, and the other reason why I went to Barnes & Nobles is because of this, and that is the 7th and last volume of The Dangerous Convenience Store. And I really love this cover, and I cannot wait to reread this manga for the 100th time. And that's the first bag. Let's move on to the other one. So this is the second bag. So again, I'm going to start from the top to the bottom. And the first one here is the third volume of Belle. I'm glad I found this one. I think this was the only volume that was available at the store. So I'm glad I found it and snatched it, because for some reason this manga is really hard to find the volumes of in stores. I don't know why that is. That was the third volume, and again, we can appreciate the cover. The other manga that I got is the anniversary edition of Mars. This is the first volume. This is the omnibus edition, and it has the first and second volume in this omnibus. And let's look. This is how it looks on the inside. And it has a bit of a warning right there, and it tells you the anniversary. And yeah, that's how it looks. This is the end cover, and I cannot wait to reread this. And I also got the first volume of Starlit Darkness. I have no idea what this is about, but it sounds super interesting and like dark. I feel like the story is going to be really dark, and I cannot wait to read it. Also, the cover, beautiful. And this is a I think it's a shoujo. No, not so shoujo love story. This is a Yuri, and it is a manhwa. It's all in cover, and the cover just piqued my interest. I've been wanting to read more Yuri, and I decided to get this one. So I cannot wait to see and figure out what this story is about. And I think that's it for manga. And one of the books that I have here is Black as Diamond. This is a fantasy book, and the synopsis got me. It sounds super interesting. It's basically about a guy who gets cursed, and then when he's trying to break the curse, he kind of makes it worse, and now like everyone in his hometown is in danger because of this curse, and he has to work with some other guy to kind of break it. It sounds super interesting. It really got to me when I was reading it at the bookstore, so I decided to get it. And I also got the second book of a duology. This is The Moon-Kissed King. This is by Lindsay Beard. I have no idea what the story is, because I have here is this book right here. This is the first book, which is The Sun-Blessed Prince, which is a fantasy duology, and I have yet to read the first volume, but the first book, but I was reading this and it made me want to read the first book immediately, so I think that's what I'm going to be doing soon. And let's move on to the last bag, which has only 2 books. And the first one, which were these 2 books were anticipated releases for me. And I don't want it to fall. So the first one I have here is A Prince Among Pirates. This is by Katie Abdu, and this is the inside. So I had no idea this book was coming out until like a month before it was released, and the reason why I bought it is because it says specifically for fans of Our Flag Means Death, and that's one of my favorite shows. I really enjoyed that show, so I decided to get the book, especially because if it has pirates, I'm going to buy it. And yeah, I cannot wait to read it. And the last book in that bag is another anticipated release for me, and that is The Unmagical Life of Briar Jones. This is by Let's I'm not even going to try. Anyways, this is the cover, and this is what it looks like on the inside, and it's black. So this story also sounds super interesting, which is why it was an anticipated release for me. So basically it's about this guy who is Briar, is that how you pronounce it? And there's like this like secret society type of school where he tried to get into it when he was still a student, but he got rejected. And then years later he finds a job at this school. But here's the thing, when he was young he had like a best friend who was actually invited to join this private secret society school. And Briar and this guy have not kept in touch since he went into this school. But now that he has a job at this school, they reunite, and his friend is no longer the same as he used to be. And I cannot wait to learn what is actually happening, because there's like a whole like secret, and there's like I think there's like a mystery that is going to be happening. But yeah, I cannot wait to get into it and actually read it. And yeah, I really like the cover as well. Also this one, beautiful cover. And yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy it. I know it's been a while since I filmed videos. I've been really busy with like work and like events, like going to parties, and yeah, I've been busy. But hopefully I'll get back into making videos very soon. And thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all on the next one. Make sure to drink lots of water and take care of yourself. And bye bye.